I have a feeling I'm gonna regret starting this video. Hey everyone, it's Rose and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be swapping my screen time for my reading time. I did this challenge and filmed it for the first time almost a year ago now, and I read 12 books in 5 days, which just shows how much time I spend on my phone. Unfortunately for me, but entertainingly for you guys, my screen time has not got better. I am still spending way too much time on my phone. There are multiple days that they're going to be double digits. If you don't know what this challenge is, basically I'm going to take my screen time, how long I spent on my phone each day, and I have to spend that amount of time reading, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. First day, Saturday. This is the second highest number. Today I'm going to be reading for 10 hours and 37 minutes. That is so bad. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed, honestly. I'm going to be reading for 10 hours and 37 minutes. I am going to try and read some books that I have on NetGalley that I haven't read yet. I don't know if any other people are like this, but I go on a spree where I request a bunch of books I'm really interested in, and then they all get accepted at the same time, and then I get overwhelmed and I'm like, my ratio is so low now, I have so many books to read. So I'm going to try and get through some books that have been on my NetGalley shelf for a while that need reviewing. First book I'm going to read in today's video is The Secrets Next Door by Sally Royer Durr. I don't know much about this. I know it is a psychological thriller and it says it has a heart-stopping twist. Don't always like knowing there's a twist going into it because then I'm like waiting for it. The tagline is how well do you know your neighbours? So I'm guessing it's going to be like domestic drama, whether it's like small town neighbours gossip kind of thing, which I love if it's done right. So I better get reading because we've got a long time to read today. I'm going to start The Secrets We Keep and I will be back to let you guys know how I'm getting on with it in a bit. About halfway through the book, so I thought I'd do a check-in. I am enjoying it so far. It's about these two women who are twins. They run a bakery together. Their husbands are rich, so they both married rich. So there's rich people drama, which I always enjoy in books because it's something I'm never going to experience. There's always some crazy stuff going on there. And basically a new author moves into town and one of the twins is convinced that there's something more going on with her. The other twin is trying to befriend her right now and I'm really enjoying it. It's getting a bit eerie at points. It is crazy, the mindset of these twins. Most of the time we're in the mindset of one of them and we've had 2 chapters in the other one's point of view. I keep getting confused though because their names are like, so their names are Tabitha and Talia and I keep forgetting which one, like whose point of view I'm in. When I tell you the payoff was worth it for the slow beginning, it was crazy. Definitely check content warnings. I think I'm going to rate it 3.5 stars. I did enjoy it. There are a couple bits that didn't quite make sense though. 8 hours to go and we've already finished one book. That was really quick. It only took me 2.5 hours. It was very fast paced. The next book I'm going to read is another NetGalley thriller. It's called The Babysitter by Emma Curtis. This is one that I've had on here for a long time. This book's been out for a long time, but I'm better now. I know better. I know to actually read and review the books I request. This one's about a woman who she's found guilty of murdering her child, but she insists that the baby was stolen by someone pretending to be a babysitter. And then this story is her 10 years later. She pleads guilty to manslaughter so that she can get out on parole and find out what really happened to her daughter because no one believes her that she's innocent. I don't really know anything else and I don't want to know anything else before I go into it. It's probably going to be another quick read. I feel like thrillers, if done right, are quite fast paced and I'm excited. So book 2, we're about to start it. I'm about halfway through The Babysitter now. I don't really know what I think. It's definitely interesting. Thrillers are so hard to give any info on because I always want you guys to go in blind. That's how I go into thrillers. Obviously check content warnings, but like plot wise, I'm not gonna tell you anything. This was insane. I think I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. A lot I didn't like, a lot I did like. Very hard to explain when I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. So all I will say is I'm going to rate The Babysitter by Emma Curtis 3 stars. There's about 5 hours left on the timer. I'm going to take a bit of a break, have a little rest before I choose book 3 because I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I ended up picking up The Perfect Parents by J.A. Barker. I am about 30% into it now. I am not enjoying it too much, not loving it, but it has a lot of time to redeem itself. I have, how long do we have left on the timer? 4 hours? I can't believe we're on our 3rd book and I still have 4 more hours to read today. Hoping the book picks up a bit. I'm gonna go finish it now and let you guys know my thoughts afterwards. I finished book 3 of this video, and with that I have read for the whole 10 hours and 37 minutes. I just finished The Perfect Parents by J.A. Baker. I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. It was dark and twisted, definitely. I guessed all the plot twists though, and I don't know whether it's because it was obvious or because I've just read so many thrillers that I'm good at picking out like when an author's hinting at something. I don't really know. Today we read for over 10 hours. Today has been a readathon, let me tell you. And I read 941 pages, which is insane. Tomorrow is Sunday and we're going to be reading for 6 hours and 40 minutes, which is bad, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near as bad as the 10 hours. So, day 2. I've been reading for just under an hour and a half, and I've been reading another NetGalley arc, but it's a romance this time. It's called Not in the Plan by Donna Hawkins. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a lesbian romance. I'm really liking the couple. It's quite cringy at times and it does use a lot of slang. Like, I feel like this book's gonna feel dated in a few years, but I'm enjoying it. It's sweet, it's fun, it's what I needed today. I am taking a break to get some stuff done now, but it is only 10 AM, so like 5 hours left. I can fit that in, and then later on in the day I'm going to finish the book and then we'll probably have to pick another one because it's definitely not going to take me 5 hours to read the other half. I have finished Not in the Plan by Donna Hawkins. I'm going to rate it 3 stars. It was a really sweet relationship. I really liked the characters. The dialogue was very cringy at times, which is what affected my rating the most. It was cute. It was a 3 star. It would have been higher than that if I could get behind some of the language that was used, but it was a little bit cringy for me. Under 4 hours left on the timer, and I'm finally reading a physical book in this challenge. I am going to finish The Crimson Moth by Kristen Cicerelli. This is called Heartless Hunter in the US. I am on page 225 of it right now. I started it before the challenge and I was really enjoying it. I didn't want to start this video in the middle of a book, but like I can't put off reading the second half any longer. I need to know what happens. I am reading this quite slow as it is a fantasy book and I take longer with fantasy books, so it will probably take me the remaining 4 hours to read the second half. So I feel like this is the perfect way to end day 2. I can't really tell you much about this book because I honestly don't even really know, other than I am obsessed with the artwork on this book. This is a Fairy edition. This is about a witch, but she's like a secret witch because you're not allowed to be a witch, and she helps other witches get free from like this place that's hunting witches, and to convince the witch hunter that she's not who he thinks she is. They're in like an arranged marriage so that she can keep her identity a secret, and like he's not gonna suspect her if he's literally married to her. Meanwhile, she's like ruining all his plans, and I think he's starting to catch on. So I'm gonna finish this and we'll see how long it takes me. I do think it's gonna be about the 4 hours. I'm really taking my time with this book because it is really good and I'm really loving it. So I'll talk to you when I'm done and we'll see what the timer looks like for the day. Just the time for today. I'm almost done with The Crimson Moth. I'm going to finish it before I go to sleep because it's not worth waiting for tomorrow. Tomorrow's hours are 5 hours and 17 minutes. I don't know what I'm gonna read. I'm just gonna get up, pick a book, start reading. day 3. So last night I finished The Crimson Moth by Kristen Cicerelli. Don't know if I'm saying that right. I rate this 3 stars. The first part was so good. I was loving it. As soon as the romance was introduced, it fell flat for me. I didn't like them together. I really liked the fantasy aspect and that badass woman. Didn't like the romance at all. Didn't like the ending. So that's why it's a 3 stars. I have been reading for about half an hour. I have been reading I Tell You I Love You, But Then I'd Have to Kill You. This is the first book in the Gallagher Girls series by Ali Carter. I just needed something fun and quick, and this so far is so good. This is like a young adult, it's a spy school, it's giving like young YA vibes, but I'm just loving it so much. I am about 50 pages in and it is just, it's really fun. I have the whole series. Also going to be listening to Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn because I have some stuff to do today, and obviously I also have 5 hours of reading to do today, so audiobooks are going to play a big part in today's video. 3 hours to go. I'm about 40% into Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I'm not liking it so far. I don't know. I'm confused when this book's supposed to be set. I don't know. I don't love it. It's not great. It has a chance to get better though. We're only 40% in. I don't have words to talk about this book. I did rate it 2 stars. I did. If you're going to read this, please check content warnings. Content warnings for all of the books I've read in this video so far, but especially this one. I need time to process before I say anything about this book other than I didn't like it. Yesterday I read 502 pages. Today I read 380. So I read Sharp Objects, obviously, and then I read 52 pages of I Tell You I Love You, But Then I'd Have to Kill You. Tomorrow is Tuesday and I will be reading for 5 hours and 10 minutes. This is our shortest day and it's still quite a lot in retrospect, but yeah, I'll be reading for just over 5 hours again tomorrow. Probably going to read some more of this one, and I don't know what else, so I guess I'll see you then. It is day 4. It's Tuesday. I think it's day 4. I've been reading for just over an hour and I've been switching between 2 books. I've continued on a bit with I Tell You I Love You, But Then I'd Have to Kill You, and I am really enjoying this book. It is really fun. I'm on page 97 now. I'm really liking it. Started Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I don't really know why I picked this up other than I want it off my TBR because I didn't like the last book. I unhauled Gone Girl. This is the last one I haven't read or gotten rid of, so I thought I would just get it done. But so far I'm only 55 pages in. This one is so much more intriguing straight away. This is about this girl who at the time she was a child, now she's an adult. She was the only survivor of this like massacre of her family, and her testimony put her brother behind bars to be guilty of it, and she's just been recruited kind of by this like underground fan club almost of killers and true crime cases that try and like solve what really happened, and they are convinced that her brother was innocent and she was like coached into giving the confession, and she's just gone there to see what they have to say basically. She's doing it for money because like the money that was raised for her when she was a child has run out. She doesn't feel like she can work a normal job after everything she's been through, so she's just doing it for money, but like I think she's gonna get sucked into it. And yeah, it's interesting so far. I am enjoying it. Have 4 hours left to read. I'm going to continue switching between the 2 of these. I am on page 129 of I Tell You I Love You But Then I'd Have to Kill You. Such a long title. I am really enjoying this book. And then I am on page 147 of this book. I'm enjoying this one as well. I didn't have high hopes, but so far it is pretty interesting. I'm definitely liking it more than Sharp Objects. I didn't quite read for the full time today because I ended up being busy all day. But trust me when I tell you, we will be making up for it tomorrow because tomorrow is my longest day. Wednesday, tomorrow, I will be reading for 10 hours and 48 minutes. Guys, I know. I'm not proud of it. I may be smiling, but I am not proud of it. Over 10 hours, my plan. Finish this book, and then we'll take it from there. It's Wednesday. I'm ready to read. I'm gonna finish Dark Places, and we're gonna go from there. I just finished Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. I really enjoyed this one a lot more than Sharp Objects, but the ending of this book was really disappointing. I didn't like the way it went in the end. I did enjoy the rest of it though, so I'm going to rate it 3 stars. Got about 7 hours left, which is a lot. Don't know what I'm gonna read now. Maybe a bit more of the Gallagher Girls book, and then we'll find another audiobook. I never know. I never have plans when it comes to these types of videos, so we'll just go with the flow. I switched between a few books and ended up settling on None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I love Lisa Jewell so much. This is a really anticipated read for me. I have really high hopes and I'm going to listen to this for the remainder of the hours. I have started it and I'm already really liking it. We have about 5 hours left to go and I think it's going to work out perfectly timing wise. I'm going to finish this around about the time the timer goes off, so we'll see how this goes. I have very high hopes. It's got a podcasty format with mixed media, which I am loving. I have just reached part 2 of None of This Is True. I am loving this book so far. It is dark, disturbed and twisted like all of Lisa Jewell's books, and it is suspenseful. It is keeping me entertained. I'm not quite halfway through, but I'm definitely getting there. I have just over 3 hours left, so yeah, it's working out like it's gonna match up perfectly. I'm excited to see what the second half of this book is about. I could not have ended this video on a better note. This book is 5 stars. I have read 95 books so far this year. This is my 4th 5-star. Lisa Jewell, I love you. Share content warnings if you're going to read this book. And I would so recommend the audiobook. It has a full cast. There are a bunch of like different interviews throughout this and they have different voice actors for each person. And there's like sound effects and it is just so good. That's the end of the challenge. Let's talk stats. In the last 5 days, I read 8 and a bit books because obviously I read some of this one. I read 2,715 pages and read for 38 hours and 32 minutes. Will I take this as a lesson to be on my phone less? Yep. Am I gonna do it? Probably not. That is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I did enjoy making it, although it has taken a lot out of me. If you'd like to see more from me, please be sure to like and subscribe as I post new videos every single week. If you want to see part 1 when I did this like 10 months ago, go check that out. I will have it over here somewhere. I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you in another video. Bye!